I could have been a great psychiatrist, but it's more fun being an artist. I see what's there. I don't look for anything, I just look. I tell you what, Cézanne, know what Cézanne said? Cézanne said, I went to a show of his long ago at the Metropolitan, and I was surprised at all the psychological acumen that his portraits had, because I didn't expect them to.
Yeah.
He said, I love to paint people who have grown old naturally in the country. And I say, I love to paint people torn to shreds by the rat race in New York.
I think that she has really allowed the personal portrait to survive, the expressive portrait to survive. And I think that she's also functions as a kind of example for women artists and for some male artists also, that it is possible to be way out there on a limb. I find more and more that that's the kind of art I'm interested in, that's the kind of artist I'm interested in. The person who is dedicated to their vision and doesn't swerve this way and that way according to fashion, and has some commitment and perseverance. And Alice is certainly an example of that.
I think she was a very important figure, especially, in the 70s, partly because she was a fighter. She'd had a very hard life, a very up and down kind of life. She didn't have success until quite late. Her success, except for a very small group of people who knew her work, was intimately tied both with the new realism and, above all, with feminism. I mean, it was feminist writers, feminist critics who really began to talk about her and began to see her as a new kind of woman artist, very forceful. She was very outspoken. She had a very strong ego. I mean, she loved to talk about herself and her own achievement. And fine, I mean, she was entitled to it. She was a prima donna. Her daughter-in-law really took care of her in many ways. But she, when a male artist does that, you think, oh, well, Picasso, why shouldn't he have, he's a genius. But of course, when a woman artist does that, it has different meanings. They become a prima donna or an egomaniac. But she was acting like, artists have often acted. She was not a shy, modest flower.